So the Dallas Cowboys proved on the weekend you could be a divisional champ with a big 12-5 record and still not know how to knock off a non-divisional opponent in the key game. Now, losing 23-17 to San Francisco. San Francisco didn't win this game. Dallas did everything wrong in this game. Poor time management, poor play selection, numerous stupid penalties, numerous stupid plays. The end of the game, instead of going for the Hail Mary, which Roger, the Dodger, and the Cowboys invented, Dak Prescott only had 14 seconds for a 14-yard sneak, and obviously time ran out. But were Dallas ready for this game? No. They had lost to the Raiders and the Cardinals early in the season, a key game. They should have been the number 1 seed for the NFC, but he totally blew it. Now, if you look at the whole game, or in highlights, you see that McCarthy's play calling and the ineffectiveness of Ezekiel Elliott in a running game, where Dallas needs a good running game to be successful in the playoffs, was just not there. Now, Ezekiel Elliott had 1,000 yards this year, but 17 games ineffective all season, only 60 to 70 games, 70 yards a game. Now, was Dallas going to win the Super Bowl this year? Of course not. They were designed to win the NFC East, win 6-0 against a very, very inconsistent stable of opponents. Now, in all their key losses this year, including Tampa Bay, they would fall behind early and try to catch up. They were lucky in one of the games against Minnesota. They did it. But the key to Sunday's game was this. In the key situations, there were 5 key plays that Dallas needed to be proficient at. San Francisco took 4. San Francisco built up points because you knew that Dallas, the way they were playing, were only capable of scoring 2 or 3 touchdowns. So from a coaching perspective, the 49ers outcoached Dallas from moment 1. You don't fall behind 10-0 at home in the first quarter and hope to win. This is not like hockey, where you could rally in the second and third period when your defense and your offense starts to wear down your opponents. If anything, Dallas kind of gave up as soon as they found out they were playing the 49ers, and as soon as they found out that they would have to face Tampa Bay, because Tampa Bay won earlier today to secure that number 2 seed. You can imagine what was going on in the minds of the Cowboys. Now, Dak Prescott is a good quarterback. He's learning, but he needs to learn a lot more. You turn into Danny White in Sunday's game, where Danny was only doing enough to get the playoffs and wasn't capable of going to the next level and bringing the Cowboys to the next level. And there's nothing wrong with that. You could be talented, a B-plus player, but you need A results in the playoffs. Now, let's say Dallas would have won against the 49ers. Do you really think that Tom Brady was going to not do well against Dallas? He's eaten up Dallas many times in the past, and Brady's system can pick apart any offense and defense, especially one that Dallas plays, where it's very transparent. A young defense, sure, but very transparent. So, as it stands right now, losing to the 49ers will sting for a while, but it comes down to the fact, deep down we know they couldn't have won the Super Bowl this year. They would have been lucky, beyond lucky, to make the NFC Championship. But even if they would have bet Tampa Bay, you think they would have bet Green Bay? Green Bay has had Dallas' number in all factors in recent years, and all I can say is this, ladies and gentlemen. They're good enough to win a divisional title, but past the number 5 seed, and with the playoff format now, they would have been knocked out in the old playoff format in the wildcard game, which was the bane, of course, in the Danny White years before he basically found a way to get as far as the NFC title game. But anyway, was it a good game to watch? Was it a good game to review? As a journalist for 40 years, covering Dallas, and as a Dallas Cowboy fan for 50 years, I've seen worse losses, but this was a ratings grab. They put him at the 5:30 game. I think Dallas would have done better with less media pressure on this game, but because everybody watches football on Sundays, after being 5:30 and 8:30, I can imagine the ratings went sky high, and from now on the ratings are going to go down because nobody's going to be watching anymore, because now with Dallas's loss, there's no reason to watch for a lot of people. But my prediction, it looks like probably Green Bay over Tampa Bay. I don't think anybody's going to stop Kansas City. So that dream matchup, Mr. COVID idiot versus Patrick, I think is going to be quite interesting. But Brady might have one more miracle, but it depends if Gronkowski can get the ball 5 to 10 times if they do make it against Green Bay for the playoff championship of the NFC. So again, same record, a new performance. Dallas finds a way to lose. The media puts them down about it. Ratings are sky high, and the next week nobody gives a shit because Dallas Cowboys stir the media drink, and you stir the fans. All the old school fans of the NFL will watch Dallas to see the win or to lose, but they won't show up for the next weeks. So watch the ratings go down. And don't forget the Patriots are out in the AFC. That's more ratings down as well. That's another factor as well. They lost 35 to 50% of the ratings. Can you imagine the Patriots were still in the AFC playoffs and Dallas was still in the NFC playoffs? The buy rates would have been sky high. So, ladies and gentlemen, don't rewatch the game if you're a Dallas fan. Just hear rumors how bad it was, and hopefully it'll fade away, and the memories of Romo missing the field goal attempt will replace that again. Because as bad as yesterday was, it's still not as bad as Romo dropping the snap in the famous game against Seattle. Thanks for listening. Bye.